Okay, guys. Let me get this in here. Okay, cool. Let me pull this up. Hey guys, how are you? Just want to pull up this information before we go live. Well, as we're going live. Okay. So I have 2 lives to do today. One's going to be done now, and then I'm doing a live about the upcoming Women's Getaway Retreat with Tiffany. The getaway retreat that we do every year. It's our 2nd year doing it, and so we'll be going live at 3:45 for that. So I'm streaming on both Facebook and YouTube. So to my YouTube subscribers and community, hello guys. We have reached over 2,000 subbies on YouTube. So I'm really excited. And we've gained, I think, 50 new people already. So I'm excited about that. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh my God, sorry, YouTube. I had you on mute. YouTube, I am so sorry. YouTube, I am so sorry. YouTube, I am so sorry. Oh my God, I had you guys on mute. So, sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna edit the video so that it cuts and so that it starts here on my sound. I'm so sorry, guys. So Shopify is the #1 e-commerce platform, period. The only one you ever need to use is Shopify. I don't care if you tell me, oh, I heard Squarespace is great. Oh, I heard Wix is great. Bump everything that you've learned. You only need to use Shopify. But this is only if you are strictly going to be a store. So we're not talking about you're a personal brand and then you have a store. That's where, you can use Shopify, you can use whatever. But I'm talking about where you are strictly e-commerce and your platform is to strictly sell and focus on selling products. We're not talking about services. That can be on a regular website. You don't need you don't need Shopify for services. You need Shopify for product, things that you're shipping out, drop shipping, all that. Now, I'm not going to get into drop shipping because that's that knowledge you need to sign up for my courses for. But I am going to go through a simple rundown of what every Shopify-based or e-commerce, let's say, you're trying to say, hey, I want to launch an e-commerce store. We're going to talk about the basics today. So this morning at 3 a.m., again, like I said before, I got an idea and I set it up. It didn't take me long. But there's a system that I go through whenever I'm, going to be launching a store. Now, the first thing is, it only takes me about maybe 5 minutes to come up with a name to make a logo. I'm about to show you how you can do all of this for under $50. Actually, under $100. But I said under 100 just to be safe. Okay. So all you need to set up your Shopify store is a computer. You do not need to use your phone. You need a computer. Or you need something. You need a computer. Do not use a mobile tablet. Do not use, when you set up your store, you need a computer. Now, do not tell me you don't have a computer. Don't go to the public library if you need to. Okay, but you need a computer. So no excuses when you're not having a computer. Find one. Okay. You also are going to need a phone. For what I'm going to suggest, iPhone will be best. If you don't have an iPhone, find a friend who has an iPhone. Tell them you need to borrow their phone for about an hour. That is all you need to do. Okay, so there's no excuses for saying you don't have an iPhone. Find someone who does. There are many people you know who have one. So you're going to need your laptop. You're going to need your iPhone, and you're just going to need some money. I need a couple. You probably say $100. For what I did yesterday, I only spent $50. So it all depends. Okay. So let's talk about what you're going to first need to do. You need to first come up with a name. You need a name. And here's the thing, you don't spend too long on a name. Whenever you're talking about e-commerce, don't spend long on a name. I'm going to tell you why. A lot of you guys are racking your brains on, I need something deep, need something transformative, and the problem is that you'll waste about a good maybe 5 months in trying to pick a name and colors. And you need to first get your business off the ground. Okay, if there's someone selling socks out of the trunk, so you kind of don't have excuses for why you're hesitating. So yeah, come on in. You're on a live. Just okay, thank you. So you really don't have time on why you're hesitating. Okay, so you just need to pick a name. For me, I literally sat on my bed for like 5 minutes. I was like, you know what? Let me just pick a name. Came with a name. Thought about what I want to do. A perfect example are nail salons. If you ever have found, just look up local nail salons in your area. A lot of them all say the same word: nails, pretty nails, hot nails, red nails, nail salon. Literally, their business is called Nail Salon or Nail Salon, 105 or, Red Nails, We Paint Nails, so they're not really concerned about, again, about the name, because at this point, the name can change, you can evolve, but it's time for you to get the business off the ground. So a lot of times you guys are looking for these deep, super deep names, and you really have nothing super deep to sell. So at this point, you just need to pick a name. Okay, just pick something, and you need to pick some simple colors. That's it. Again, you can get all deep and all that across time, but we're talking about just getting out there and hustling this business out there. Don't spend too long. So I came up with the name. It's already taken, so you can do whatever you want with it. But you can't take the domain because I already bought it. So have fun. So I got the name, and hold on, let me. I'm trying to think about if I want to do it on Instagram too. Let me do this on Instagram. I think everyone needs to hear this. So the first thing I do is pick a name. I'm going to show you guys what I did. I'm trying to figure out the easiest way for me to show you guys. Give me a second. I'm going to go through this really quickly, but if you're taking notes, take notes, because I'm not going to be emailing out any notes. You just need to take the notes. Okay. So need to get a name. Now, people ask me, well, Genesis, I need a graphic artist to make me a logo. I don't have a logo. What do I use? Guess what? I'm about to teach you and show you how. So no complaints. Okay, let me just get Instagram up and running. So this is the logo. Let me just show you guys. Let me pull up my images real quick. So I did a simple logo. The name of the business is called Eden 22. Simple and sweet. The reason why was I wanted something that kind of reminisced of a woman. And in the book, Genesis, in the 22nd verse, it talks about how the woman was created. So I called it Eden 22. So this is what the logo looks like. Oh, you guys probably can't see. It's probably so bright. There you go. It's called Eden 22. Real simple. It's called Eden 22. Okay, that's the name of the business. Came up within 5 minutes. Not that simple, not that hard. So then what I did, of course, is you may say, well, how'd you make the logo? There's an app called Over. I've talked about this many times, but some of you guys, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. I guess you listen, you watch, and then you just, I don't know. So the app is called Over. It's an amazing app. It's an app where you can make a transparent logo. On the iPhone, it is literally my favorite app of all time for anything graphic design. So what I did basically was I they have several fonts already in the system. Now you will have to pay for it, but it's only like, I think it's like $40 or $50 for the whole year, and it's well worth it because what it enables you to do is to create so many designs at high quality resolutions on your phone or on your iPad. It's also for the iPad on the go. I've created countless t-shirt designs and mug designs, all sorts of stuff, literally while I'm in the car, while I'm in church. I'm using the app Over. So after you've created your name, after you know what you want to do for your e-commerce store, the next thing you need to do is just go into the Over app. Again, this is just temporary. So if you decide to upgrade and, get a professional graphic designer, great. But what I'm saying is a lot of you guys are like, have been waiting for months to launch your e-commerce store. And at this point, it's just damn laziness. So if it took me only 10 minutes, to get all this stuff secured, and it only take me an hour to get my store set up. And again, this is what I do in my sleep. So I'm not saying it'll take you just an hour, but I'm just saying the slowfulness annoys me. So my job is to kind of push you out there and say, okay, time's up. Let's just get a move on. So, hey, Mel. Oh, glad you enjoy it. So we're going to use the app Over. Again, the resolution that I set, you can set your different resolutions. My resolution for this was 5,000 by 5,000. It's a very high resolution. And so that makes sure that that logo is completely done. But then let me show you this other portion. This is where I just created the logo. So that's it right there. Transparent background. That's it. Oh my God. Okay. Dramatic. There is the logo right there. And you see that where it's the clear behind it, it means that there's transparent. That means that if I wanted to put it on the logo on my website, there's no white background, there's no black background. I can edit the color. And because of how high of a resolution this already is, if I wanted to go get a t-shirt printed, I can just literally email this right from the app to my printer or whatever, say, hey, bye-bye, here's the file, put it on a couple t-shirts for me, I'm out the door. So to get a logo made, I literally made this on my phone. It's better than Canva. It is, I will say this again. Now, Canva is better in many senses because for like documents, PDF creations, but as far as logos, there is nothing better than the Over app. For t-shirt designs and mugs, nothing better than the Over app. It is Over, literally Over. I know a lot of you, are familiar with it, but you still are not using it to its full potential. And the potential that it has is literally endless. And the app keeps on getting better and better and better and better and better. And now too, you can incorporate teams. So if you have, interns or whatever who need to make designs with you, as long as they have access to your group, they can all access the same designs. Okay. So that's what I did first. The next thing I did was I went to go buy my domain. Okay. GoDaddy. It only cost me. Now there's a coupon code I can give you guys, of course, or you can just look it up. You can get your GoDaddy domain for only $1. Just search GoDaddy $1 domain in Google. That's it. It'll give you a coupon code. You can get your first domain. Now, if you've bought several domains, you most likely can't get it. They're not going to keep on giving you the same deal for $1. So mine was $11.99 plus taxes. It was like $12.17 or something for the domain. So I bought my domain last night. It literally took me about like a minute. Charged in my PayPal. Done. Next thing I need to do was get my email set up. I do not use GoDaddy email. I use Zoho. But Zoho has officially made some changes because they realize, we're giving a lot away for free. But their paid program is extremely affordable. It's only like $2 a month. It's cheaper than Google. Now, Google has a lot of benefits. Google has a lot of benefits. You can do Google Docs, do all that kind of stuff. But for my e-commerce businesses, I've never needed, the robust end of Google Drive. I've never needed it because most of my systems are coming from my Shopify backend. So I've never actually needed, a whole Google Drive system to run my e-commerce. Now, if you're service-based, that's different. But I'm not service-based. I am e-commerce based. So Shopify really is the benchmark, or I guess not really benchmark, it's not the really best word. Maybe it's the cornerstone of my business. So for me, Zoho is great. Zoho is where you can get a free professional business email. Okay. So for those of you saying, oh, I need a free professional business email, now again, if you want to pay $5 per month, it's kind of cheap. But remember, I'm trying to teach you how to do all this stuff for under 100. So Zoho, Zoho, is where anyone who owns their domain can get a free professional business email. Zoho is the bomb.com. It's what I set up all my clients with. It's what I set up everybody with. I love Zoho. It's amazing. And it's a no charge. Okay, now that's their free plan. They have a paid plan that is like $2 a month. They have one that's like $5 a month. It's so inexpensive, but it's amazing. It also has a suite of apps just like Google Drive. So they have documents, slideshows, PowerPoints, all that good stuff. So that's the next step. So I got my domain set up through GoDaddy. Email inbox was set up through Zoho. You just follow through their steps. They teach you on how to, add the right things into your DNS, which is your domain, domain name server, whatever you call it. It's basically where, you change all your documents for your domain. Okay, I probably just butchered that. But anyway, that's where you put everything in there. Next is my MailChimp funnel setup. Okay, that is my next, oh God. Next is my MailChimp funnel setup. Okay, so with that, basically what you're going to do is this is very important. So for e-commerce, you have to have abandoned cart recovery. You have to have automatic emails for caption. You got to have email marketing. That's just like basics 101. So for those of you who do not have email automation, all that kind of stuff built in, you're losing out on a lot of things. And you don't have a database of people who are interested in your business. So I don't really care how many people know you. I don't care how many people know of you. Where is their email, or where's their first name? Or just their email address. The minimum is their email address. So I like MailChimp because, in my opinion, MailChimp is made for e-commerce. It is made for. The reason why is because, number one, if you're starting out, MailChimp is free up to 2,000 subscribers. That means that you have up to 2,000 customers that you can get through MailChimp for your e-commerce business. That's a great goal to hit. In my opinion, by the time you hit that number, you should have revenue enough to upgrade to a paid plan. So you need to have a MailChimp account, okay? With your MailChimp account, what it's going to do is you sync it to your Shopify store. There's a plugin within Shopify that literally just type in MailChimp into the plugin area, and it will actually be made at MailChimp. Okay, so on MailChimp, this is like, you guys should understand the strategy. This is why like me sharing this information is crucial, because people don't share this kind of information and people get lost. So, and yes, this video will stay up and it's also on my YouTube channel. Okay. Oh my God. So guys, I'm getting just text messages kind of just throws you off. Okay. That just threw me off. So, with your MailChimp, what it does is that when it syncs to your store, it syncs all of your products, pricing, and coupon codes over to your MailChimp. So when you send out email marketing, because it's synced, it syncs all of your products. It also does product recommendations for customers. It's basically like it works for you, right? So when you send out emails, you can send out, like your most recent products. It also lets you know on how much each email is worth. So if you send out an email to your customer base, because your Shopify store is synced with your MailChimp, when you send out a MailChimp email, it'll let you know, like, this email, you made this much money, right? And it's good to know, because you'll begin to see, okay, what emails are not making the money? Why aren't they making money? And again, in MailChimp, you're able to track links, clicks. You're able to really get the data on what is happening with customer behavior. That is crucial. You want to know what's happening. And the email gives you that ability to understand customer behavior. Okay. But again, this is strictly for those of you who are trying to launch an e-commerce based business. I'm not talking about a personal brand that has a business, has a retail business. I'm talking about where you're strictly like products. Okay. So once I set up my MailChimp funnels, I did two things. I set up a welcome funnel, and that's when they sign up to join my email list on my website through Shopify, they will get automatically synced with my MailChimp, and then in my MailChimp backend, they will get a welcome email. Now, y'all gonna have to Google all this stuff because I'm not here to give y'all the download for free. So whatever I do not tell you, you need to Google or you need to hire me, okay? One of the two. So in there, basically what's gonna happen is the email that they get sent welcomes them with a coupon code. You need to have a coupon code. Do not have a website where you're not giving them any kind of discount. Remember that you need to acquire customers. And for your first couple of months, it may be a little bit more expensive, but you may have to take a little bit, not I'm gonna say of a hit, but you may make a little bit less profit, but it's because you're trying to acquire customers. So it's best for you to give them a 10% off first to let them experience your business, and then they can come back. But don't be that person who's like, oh, I don't want to give out any discounts. No, you need an incentive. So 10% is a great incentive. The coupon code is built in the Shopify back end, but then on the MailChimp side, I give them the coupon code. Right. So ours is a certain coupon code. I can't say it. And they get 10% off their first sale. That email is built in. Okay. What's also built in is abandoned cart recovery. Abandoned cart recovery is basically when, I'm sure you guys have experienced it, it's when a customer fills up a cart, puts in their email address, but does not finish the checkout. In other words, they got to the checkout, was putting in their information, and then they stopped. They didn't go forward. Well, let's say that cart is filled with $50 worth of product, $20 worth of product, $10 worth of product, $100 worth of product, $85 worth of product. Though that's money that's going out the door that you're missing. So what an abandoned cart recovery does is it basically automatically emails the customer and sends them a notice like, hey, how you doing? Notice you didn't check out. Let's get these items to your door. So Shopify, what they do is they'll tell you that if you want to get abandoned cart recovery, you have to upgrade to a certain plan. But this is where knowing wisdom and being able to tune into my lives are worth it, because MailChimp offers an abandoned cart recovery for free. All you got to do is sync your MailChimp to your Shopify. It's free. So when you do it for free through MailChimp, it will take the data from the Shopify and automatically send them an email from your MailChimp in. You can customize your MailChimp email and automation for it to say whatever you want to say. Customize it, put your custom text with it. You can say whatever you want. But the point is that do your automation emails and your welcome coupon code emails through MailChimp. Okay, next, Shopify store setup. Well, you got to have a Shopify store. And of course, you should already have a Shopify store because you're going to need one to sync your MailChimp, to do your abandoned cart recovery emails, to link your domain. But with your Shopify store, you need to make sure that you pick a theme. They have several themes. They have several free themes. My favorite ones are minimal. Boundless is okay. It's very visual. You need to have a lot of images with that one. But I really do like minimal. It's my favorite one to jump out the gate with. But there is a free one that if you guys are interested in, it's a free a theme that is really dope. And I downloaded it last night. I found it online through Google. And it is called, if I can find it for you guys. It's called Annabelle. It's Annabelle. It's a company that released a free Shopify theme, and it's really dope. And I actually I don't think I can share this screen with you guys on here on Facebook. I know on YouTube I can, but just look up Annabelle Shopify free theme. It'll pop up. I found it last night. Dope theme, like really dope. Let me just show you guys what it looks like thus far. Let me see. I don't think I can pull up my see if I can pull up my thing for y'all. So yeah, I installed it last night, and I have been working on my site ever since this morning. I went to bed at like 5. And I haven't done anything with it yet, but just to show you guys what it looks like. You're just trying to lock me out, guys. Trying to lock me out. Give me a second. So this is my back end to my Shopify site. I just got it set up last night. You guys can see. right? So on my Shopify back end, one of the things that I make sure that I do, there's several apps that I use, but I just want to go over the apps that I feel like everyone should use. Of course, you need to have MailChimp MailChimp for Spotify. Okay, let me bring up my Gigi taught me for y'all. Okay. And remember, with your Shopify site, you need to have a few things built in just so that you can survive, and just so that you can survive, because it needs apps. So let me just give you the basic apps that you need to use. So I use MailChimp for Spotify. I use Kit. Kit is by Shopify. It helps you, it reminds you of new products that you add. It also helps you to build out targeted ads for Facebook and Instagram. Okay, it's called Kit, K-I-T. I also use Sales Pop by Be Keating. What it does is it's a little box that comes up in a little corner, and it basically like shares with people recent purchases that other people have made. It actually creates not urgency, but it shows that you've had sales. So after your first couple of sales, it'll start to kind of repeat the purchases and just show the people as they shop. So they'll say something like, you know, Michael just purchased this jacket from Boston, Massachusetts, and so just purchased this. So it basically is kind of just, you know, reminding people and kind of showing them that like their sales that are happening like time. The other thing that you'll need is I use Order Printer. Order Printer is actually by Shopify, Order Printer. This is for those of you who are selling physical product from your house or your office, and you need to print out those invoice slips, you know, to put right in there. When you use what comes with Shopify without the app, it prints out basically the screen, like what actually you see, and your customer does not need to see that. They just need to see their invoice. So you want to add the plugin called Order Printer. It's a green icon with a white printer on it. That's what you want to get. It's what I use to print out. It prints out the invoices for packing slips. And this is important. People say, oh, packing, I gotta slap on the to and from and all that. What about the, you know, my shipping labels? So you want to go to Staples, or you can go to Amazon, and Avery actually has printing labels, and Staples even has the cheaper version where there's sticky labels where you can actually print. When you use Shopify, you can actually print and click. Basically, you can print your UPS labels, USPS labels right from Shopify. But when you print them, if you're printing on regular paper, you're going to have to tape it, right? And that kind of becomes a burden because now you need tape to just tape the whole thing on there. So upgrade yourself and get labels, sticky labels, so that when it prints it, you just take the label off, put it on the package. Okay. So you want to go to Staples. You want to go to Staples or Office Max. I like Staples. Go ahead. I like Staples. And I get the pack from Avery. And it has sticky labels. That way you put them in the printer. You will need a printer. Okay. That's kind of automatic. You're going to need a printer. So if you don't have a printer, you need to get a printer. Okay. Get something from like HP or Brother. They're really great. And just have it be printed. Take the label off, put it on the packaging. Okay. And I use the Order Printer to print out the invoices. And I use the backend of Shopify. When you go to fulfill the order and they've input their address, Shopify already has pre-pricing for USPS, and I want to say DHL. I think it's like one more. I don't know. I use USPS, but this is very important. Note, want to also offer this. There is a plugin called Pirate Ship. I want you guys to look this up. If you are shipping boxes, this is especially those of you who are shipping boxes. If you are shipping boxes or things that have heavy weights, so like you're not shipping just a t-shirt, maybe you're shipping like things that have like a good amount of mass, your biggest problem and headache will be shipping because of weight. So you definitely want to look up a company called Pirate Ship, P-I-R-A-T-E-S-H-I-P. Pirate Ship has behind the scenes pricing that you can't really access through like, you know, just going to the post office or anything like that. They have special pricing and it's absolutely free. It's a free service and it gets you better pricing that you will get anywhere. Okay. So you want to use that. Again, it's called Pirate Ship. It's especially for those of you who are using services where weight is an issue for you. Okay, so you're shipping heavy items. Think about Pirate Ship, especially if you're shipping boxes. Pirate Ship is what most subscription box model companies use to ship their boxes out. Literally, it's the #1 platform. So when I have clients who are working on subscription boxes or any kind of box, I always tell them we're going to use Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship has an integration with Shopify so that once you sync Pirate Ship, it's going to automatically help you calculate your shipping labels. You can print out your shipping labels, put them on the packages. Okay, other plugins. There's one run by smile.io, and it's called Loyalty Points VIP Referral Program. It is a yellow icon with a smiley face. What this is for is if you want your shoppers to earn points while they shop. So like, for instance, let's say if they make an account, it earns them 500 points. If they, buy the first product, for every product that they buy, for every dollar amount, they get a point. Okay. Well, that's a free plugin you can get by smile.io. You can customize how many points equates to what. So let's say they get 1,000 points, it equates to $10, or it equates to 5% off. You can set what each thing is actually going to be worth, and you can spend, time going through that. But again, that is smile.io. That will help you set up a referral program, VIP, as well as loyalty points for your shoppers to basically become dedicated shoppers. And every single time they shop, they earn points. Okay. And the way that it works is it's through their account. So their account has points. You will also be able to see in the back end how many people have earned points, who has the most points, that kind of thing. MailChimp also, just sidebar, MailChimp also will let you know who your top shoppers are and how much they've spent through emails, just to let you know. So that's a great thing through MailChimp. Okay, dokie. Those are just some of the basic ones I would suggest just to start off. As far as opt-in boxes, I use MailMunch. So MailMunch is synced with my MailChimp. So I use MailMunch there's also another one called Better Coupon Box, but you need to use something to capture the emails. And then what you'll do is you'll sync them with your MailChimp. So I use MailMunch. So MailMunch, MailMunch, that's what we use to capture the emails, and they go right to the MailChimp. Okay. And of course, if anyone makes an account, it'll go also to the MailChimp. Okay. All these things are free. Now, Shopify is only $29 a month. So last night I spent $12.17 on the domain, something like that. I spent, Shopify was $29 a month. My app for Over, I've used for months. So that was, for me, it was free, but technically, if you're using it for the first time, I think they have a $9.99 per month plan, or you can get the whole month for like $50, something like that. So I'm still under $100. Okay. Okay. Now you may say, well, what about products? I need money for products. We have two choices. You can either do drop shipping, which is absolutely free, of no charge. You have no need for inventory. And there are several platforms: Oberloo, Printify, Printful, Printment. There's so many ones, and I've taught many of them. I'm currently doing a boot camp right now, a workshop on teaching people how to launch them. So I'll be spending very more detailed time with them, teaching them about, some of the components. But there are many options. If you're looking to get physical inventory, there's also a company called Indigo Fair that they recently have been going really hard with this. And what their job is, they basically connect you with other companies that offer wholesale options, like more homemade products. So think about Etsy, but on wholesale kind of thing. But they're kind of high. So what you want to start thinking about is, once you have your store, you need to start putting in your products. And a lot of people ask me, like, what do you sell? So China has a lot of options. You can sell from China. So you have AliExpress, you have Alibaba, where you can get, things in bulk. Of course, there's a company called Oberloo, Oberlo, that partners with AliExpress, to where you can drop ship items from China and they will ship them right to your customer's door at no charge. So if you wanted to start a baby business, a women's t-shirt business, a mug business, you want to sell jewelry, you can just go through Oberloo. But the thing about it is that you're shipping from China. So, your customers will not be getting things in 3 to 4 days. Let's just be honest. But if you wanted them to, you could put in, of course, this will go over $100. You could order a bulk pack of jewelry from China, have it shipped to your house. It may take about 30, 35 days, but wait, and then package the items up. And then, you can get them to your customers within 3 to 5 days. If you're going to be using packaging, what do you use? Great question. I love Amazon. I love Uline. If you're using boxes, I use Packlane. So let's just go over those. Uline is really great for like huge bulks of things. So like I'm getting like a 500 pack of envelopes, 1,000 pack of envelopes. So my black, I don't have them with me, but my black padded mailers came from Uline. I bought a pack of like 100 or like I forgot, I think it was like 100 or something like that for like $30. It was like black padded poly mailers. However, I also bought a pack of 100, you're either 150, think it was 100 of pink poly mailers that were not padded, but they were pink. Got them from Amazon for $10. So if you're looking for things to put your stuff in, check Amazon. They have great deals, and also check Uline, those kind of places for packaging. Okay. Now for boxes, I only use Packlane. Now there are cheaper ones, but you'll need bigger bulks. So like for instance, like if you want to get like 1,000 boxes, you can go to China. I mean, they will print those things and you can get them for cheap. But if you're trying to only get like a few boxes, you want to use Packlane. I like Packlane because of how easy their website is for you to actually make boxes. They have all different types of boxes, but please know that the boxes are not cheap. So you're looking at probably between like $3 to $4 per box. So you want to take that into consideration. What I suggest is that you use your boxes for like high premium products. So like, for instance, let's say like you offer a special box every like quarter or something like that. Put that into the price point so that you're not actually shipping all your products out in boxes. It's actually a very expensive business model if you ship your items with boxes. So a lot of times you'll notice that like subscription boxes, they use boxes best because, you know, you're paying like $50 or $100 or, you know, $20 for the boxes, and they have several subscribers, thousands. So it's cheaper for them to buy boxes. But if you're just starting out, I really suggest you try to get your stuff in a poly mailer, or some kind of like, you know, cheap type, not cheap as in like it'll fall apart, but just a cheaper way of shipping your products out, because a lot of times people spend like all day on packaging and people want to get their items, guys. Like they just want to get their items. So get them their items. Okay. Now, of course, if you want to get business cards, postcards, you want to go to Vistaprint. I mean, I'm just trying to give y'all like the cheap, like it just doesn't take all day. Like you can guys, you can upgrade. This is what I'm trying to get to y'all. Y'all, you can upgrade along the way. Like if you want to have creme de la creme business cards, creme de la creme website, great. But for right now, if you don't have that, do not make an excuse for why you can't start. If you are not willing to save the money to pay for $20 a month, to pay for your domain, do not go into business. I'm telling you right now, I don't care. Do not. People have this idea that like the world is supposed to wait on them to get started. The world's not waiting on you. They're going to keep on going by. Money will keep on walking by. If you want it, you'll get it. If you don't want it, you won't have it. So you have to make up in your mind, okay, if I need to stack or set aside money on a monthly basis to afford for me to have this e-commerce business, then that's what you need to do, right? If you need to work hard, if you need to work overnight, I don't care, whatever you have to do. But if you say that you want to have an e-commerce business, set aside some coinage to get this off the ground. And if you want inventory, save up to get it, or do drop shipping. Okay. And if you say, oh, well, I don't know how to do it, Google it. I'm being serious. There are no excuses. Packlane is really great. I believe that Cratejoy has a box company. I feel like Cratejoy has a box company as well. Cratejoy, of course, is a subscription platform company. But for me, I like Packlane for boxes. So if you're in e-commerce trying to ship out boxes, I really like Packlane. There is some, but again, remember, you need to look at the averaging for pricing. If you're doing a lot of boxes, then China or any kind of any type of overseas distributor is going to be better for you because you need to buy it in bulk and you'll get much cheaper pricing. So like if you're pushing more units, and I will tell you the truth, it is better for you to save money to get a bulk pack than for you to come up to get, you know, paying $3 a box. Like, especially if it's a basic box that doesn't have a year or date, just has your logo on it. I would stack to get like 500 for only like something on a penny versus you know, buying $3 boxes at a time. That $3 cuts into your margin so much. I'm just saying, you have to look at every single penny that you're putting in. So I really recommend you going to China and getting them to print your stuff. And I know people say, oh, well, you know, you need to pay people for USA. Well, I'm just going to tell you, go to China. Okay, I don't care what these people say. Go to China, get your boxes, have them printed, go from there. Okay. Let's see. Last minute stuff. Let me look at what else I had on my list. Give me a second, guys. But I have more on my list. Okay. Social media. Talk about social media. You need to have at least a Facebook and an Instagram, period. Okay. You need to have at least an Instagram. Or, well, you need to have both. You need to have a Facebook and you need to have an Instagram. The reason why is you need to have them for ad purposes. You also need them for demographic purposes. So your demographic is, you may say, okay, one demographic is purely on Instagram. If you have a younger base, then fine, start on Instagram. But if your base can reach both, let's see, millennials as well as adults, then you need to be on both Facebook and Instagram. I personally think both. Those are the two platforms I require for any e-commerce business. The minimum is Facebook and Instagram. Before you go out though and start telling people what you have, make sure your accounts are set up and make sure you have something for them to follow. The worst thing that I absolutely hate is when people announce stuff and there's nowhere for them to go. It's like, hey guys, I have this coming soon. Okay, well, give them something to do. So have them go like the page, have them go like the Facebook, have them go like the Instagram. Okay, now let me let in here by talking about how should you build up attention, because with this other e-commerce business, it's going to be a sister business to Gigi Taught Me. It's going to be very different than what we have. It's a different premise of what we're doing already. I'm just going to be experimenting and see what happens. But there are some things that you have to do. Okay, so let's see. So Kaprisky says, Creator does have one. I was trying to see if you knew one a little less expensive. It's definitely, yeah, if you want, see, this is very important. Less expensive means bulk. There's nothing you can get for cheap in small minimums, only because the printer themselves has to justify them printing 10 boxes and using these printers that cost them tens of thousands of dollars, right? So they're not going to run, one box for you for like dirt cheap, and, these printers are costing tons of money. No, what they're going to do is they're going to say, look, you need to order these products in bulk before we run this through. So again, if you're looking for subscription boxes, it's better for you to go to China. I would honestly look for, I actually have a printing company if you want one that I can refer you to in China. Great work and cheap. But they're cheap because you're going to need to save up to at least put a stack in for, I would say, between 500 to 1,000 boxes. And that's just, and again, if you're looking to go into business, that's not unreasonable. I mean, because you're looking to go into business and you're going to need those products. So that's all I have to say. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you go to China. Alibaba or AliExpress has some printers, but there are some other ones that I can send you, Kaprisky, for you to look up, and they do box printing. You just basically go back and forth with them via email. You'll put down a deposit. Sometimes you have to put down the whole thing. You just have to read the instructions. And you also want to make sure that you have seen their previous work. Important on what they've done for other customers. So let's talk about e-commerce quick setup as far as social media. So the goal for me personally, and this is what I do with any e-commerce launch I do, or with any other client or customer and I'm coaching. So I never instantly launch. I always get all my stuff up first, get my Shopify store up first, get all my products up first. And then what I do is I build the hype. I usually will, like, for instance, it took me a couple hours this morning at 3 a.m. to put up the store, but I'm not dropping it like this weekend. I'm not going to do that. I'm probably I would at least say this, like the springtime, I'm going to release it. So that's going to give me a couple months to build up my audience. So that means that usually I'd like to do 90 days minimum. For 90 days, I need to get as many people following these accounts as possible. And so what I recommend is there are several ways you can do this, but the biggest way for you is to do giveaways and to partner with influencers. So one of the things that I suggest is you need to get samples of your products, and you need to get a list of influencers to send them out to people who have a large following that they can rock your products, and basically start sending traffic to your social media accounts. And yes, this is what you have to do. And if you don't do this, well, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure because you have no exposure. So when you're a small business, you need exposure. That's the only way you're going to expand, unless you want to stay small, only sell like a t-shirt a week. But for those of us who are spending all this money into our businesses, we don't have the option to kind of like stay regular. So you have to work with influencers. So guess what I'm doing? I'm building up a list of influencers for this particular business. For this business, we're focusing primarily on younger girls. So not like full-grown adults. We're going to be focusing on like teenage girls and college girls. They have much smaller bodies, and the items that we will be selling are for girls who got, they slim. They like a size 0 to size 4. That's not me. That's why we have Gigi Taught Me, right? So I have a company for my kind of body, but for this kind of company, this will be more for college girls, teenage girls, that kind of stuff. So we'll have a lot of stuff that fits their kind of trendiness and what they're into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find influencers that fit that audience, who we'll partner with. We'll ship them a box. That's where I would put that's where I would pay for a box. I would get some influencer boxes that I would pay for, and we put the items in there, put a nice welcome letter, welcome to our influencer community. So glad to have you. We hope that you enjoy these items. It'll have them nice, nice and wrapped and all that good stuff. And then they'll get their influencer box. We'll have them do a YouTube video for us on their, respective channels, and we'll have a system set up to where they'll send their community to us, right? So maybe it's one of those things where maybe, if we don't have the store built yet, well, they can enter into a giveaway, or they can win, maybe a $20, $25, or $50 gift card at our store when we open our doors. Well, what they have to do is they have to follow our social media accounts. So if we do that with somebody who has a large following, then we can easily get our accounts up to a certain high number, to where when we actually do open up our store, we're not opening up with 0 people, we have people. And that's where a lot of people in e-commerce fail, because they launch these businesses, but they don't reach any influencers that you got, you have to vend, you got to go out there, you got to, be at places. But if you're strictly e-commerce, then you would definitely need to work with online leads, people who are influencers, people who have influence, them actually rocking the gear and the products. Okay. Any questions? I'm just giving you all of this for free. So I'm not here to give y'all a full, webinar. I don't do that for free. But let's turn this off. Any questions? Oh, I got some questions. Okay, so, hey, Nadila, how are you? Can't hear you, Vomishers. There's no sound. Okay, over it. Are you able to do a separate video on email funnel marketing, please? I'm hearing a lot about it. So, I will, but I don't want to, I got a lot of knowledge. I'm going to start, but I'm going to continue to charge for it. Let me quickly do a quick breakdown on email funnel marketing. So, every business needs an email marketing system. Not everyone. Some of them have more of like lead generation systems. So the point is that you have to have a way to have the database. Let's just put it like that. Email marketing is for a database. You got to have a way where all of your customers, your eyes, you have their information. You have at least their email address. What an email funnel does is it guides a customer through a desired action. Okay, so if you think about like a funnel, for instance, you catch people through the funnel, and the way that you catch them is through something. So like most retail stores, they catch you by giving you an incentive for joining their email list, right? So Forever 21, for instance, they'll give you maybe free shipping or a coupon code. Most sites, they'll give you a percentage off if you give them your email. And so the email, the freebie captures them in the funnel. And then what happens, they travel down the funnel to go to a desired end. So for most retail e-commerce base, the goal really is just to get them to join the email list, right? Because the retention for a e-commerce based business, it's not like you have like a real big, a huge funnel. Most retail based companies, like I'm talking about like, t-shirts, clothing, products, they don't have like a huge funnel built in. They may have maybe 2 to 3 emails. And from that point, you just continue to get the emails. The reason why is because for most retail companies, you're going to be getting an email at least 2 to 3 times a week minimum. So it's not as if they're going to go ghost on you. So a lot of times they'll just have your percentage off coupon code. You may get a welcome email for, joining the community. And then after that, you start getting these weekly emails on their sales every week, right? But if you are service-based, that's where the game changes, and you will need to have more of an established path or plan. Okay, so with service-based, I suggest you go to my Boss Builder opt-in, and there's a 2-day free training on funnels. It's not just on funnels, but like on how, like what a funnel should include, all that. So you can go to GenesisDorsey.com, and there is under trainings and resources, there's a tab that says free 2-day training. That's what you need to go to. Okay, and you can sign up for that. And then you can also get my Boss Builder workbook, which is in my store. It is $29.97. It is a 3-day workbook, and in there I talk about funnels and how to build out your business and your community. So highly suggest you order my book, and you can get it shipped to your front door, and you can jump into it. Okay. If you have a product in home, can you put in the amount of inventory? Yes, you can. Shopify has the most robust e-commerce in my life. I love it. So Gigi taught me, which is the e-commerce business I launched in November that's done extremely well. We are 10% physical inventory, 90% drop shipping. So we actually have an amount of inventory that actually is physical inventory. So we actually have to track our inventory. The great thing about it is that you can input, how much inventory you have, and it will keep track of it. So it does do inventory tracking. It does a lot more than that too. It will send you alerts on when you're low. All sorts of stuff. You have SKU numbers. You have SKUs that you put on. If you have you can go as big and robust as you want to. If you have SKU numbers that you scan into the system, it does that. If you need to import items, it does that too. So yes, you do have the ability to track inventory, and so that when you get low, your customers cannot order. Now you can set the setting to where your customers can back order. In other words, they can order it, but the item will be on back order until you fulfill it. But that is completely up to you. Personally, people don't like back order. I tell you that right now, unless it's something real popular, people not like back order. So it's better for it just to say sold out. And you can do on Shopify, they have a plugin where it can when you restock, the customer can get an email of restocking. There is a plugin for that. I don't have it on the top of my head, but there is a plugin that's free where they can get notified of when it is restocked. Okay. Any questions? Let me go through this. I think I answered. Let me make sure I'm going through all the questions, guys. Okay. I answered most. I thought I did. Okay, so I think I've answered all questions. If you have any additional questions, put them with this video. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, where there is a lot of videos on e-commerce that I've started, then you need to go over to YouTube. No, YouTube, you guys are already tuning in. But go to youtube.com, type in my name, Genesis Dorsey, and I have a channel. We are past 2,000 subscribers. So hype. So I'll be doing giveaways soon. I'm going to do a huge giveaway of just products that I love. When is my webinar on dropshipping? I'm doing a boot camp right now. So actually my students, we're almost done. We have 2 weeks left technically, this week and then next week, and then we're done. Basically my boot camp, and I will be coming back with it. So be sure that you're on my email list. You can go to my email list by going to genesisdorsey.com and either joining my boss builder or joining my secure mastermind masterclass. That's free. But we will be restarting it back up in not this month, not March, but April. So it's on the one that I'm in is currently done. And through drop shipping, what I teach you guys is how to launch your own t-shirt and mug businesses. But I will be expanding it to other items because it's really all the same from the same companies. I just like to focus on t-shirts and mugs because from there it kind of becomes endless. But there are so many companies that like I'm telling you guys, so many people just are not aware about because of research. But I have lists of companies, and guys, there's so many things you can print. There's so many things you can, from t-shirts to ties to flip-flops to weekend totes to curtain rods to duvets, the blankets. There's so many things. Like if you ever wanted to have a store in today's age through drop shipping, like there's no end. Like if you wanted to start a blanket business and you don't want to print them yourself, you just want to have designs on them, you can do that tomorrow. If you wanted to start a custom tie business where maybe your designs go on silk ties, do you know there's a printer for that? If you want to do, travel mugs or, anything you can think about, it exists. It exists. So, my biggest thing is to connect you guys with the resources so that you guys can realize that the only person that can hold you back is yourself. The information is all out here. Who do Shopify get paid if I drop ship it myself? So, are you asking me who gets paid if you drop? Okay. So you pay Shopify only $29 for their basic plan, and that's all you pay them. Now, what else you pay are processing fees for your customers. So, like for instance, if you use PayPal, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents. If you use Shopify, guys, sorry, I'm at the school. If you use Shopify payments, it is 2.9 plus, I want to say 30 cents as well, but I just round everything up to 5% because it gets too complicated. So I just do 5% across the board. So for all of my pricing, there's already a 5% increase integrated within the pricing so that I'm not missing out on anything. Okay, so there are transaction fees with the purchase. So if someone, for instance, buys something that is $30, you don't actually get all $30. You will get $30 minus the transaction fees. That makes sense. Through Shopify, they offer Shopify payments. I really love Shopify payments. You know why? Because I just got an email today. There's a transfer going to be in my bank account within 1 to 2 days. I love it. And then from there, I process the orders once the money goes into the account. So there's Shopify. There's Shopify is through Stripe. You will need to have a Stripe account. Stripe goes straight to the bank account within 1 to 2 days. The first payment through Shopify will take a week because they need to first like clear your bank and make sure that, you know, you're not doing anything crazy. And then after the 7 days, it'll go to 1 to 2 days transfer. PayPal, of course, goes immediately into your PayPal account. And then from your PayPal account, which is almost like a holding cell, you can then have it go to your bank account. It's up to you. I think that's it. If you do PayPal, have a business account, guys. Anything else I can think of? For printing purposes, if you're vending, you need to go to first Vistaprint is where I would suggest all like cards, or moo.com for business cards. For your banners, I suggest stickersbanners.com. They are literally my #1 banner printing company across the world. They're so fast. I can't even, they have warehouses all over. So you will always get your stuff, and they do same day same day shipping. And their X banners are amazing, and so are their banners, period. But their retractable banners, in my opinion, are trash, but their X banners are pure love. So I love them. That's where I get all of my banners printed from when I go vending, or whenever we print for our customers. Stickers and banners just never disappoints for us. And then of course, use Amazon, guys. Use Amazon. Get Prime. Pay for Prime. And get Amazon, and use Amazon to search for more than just your wigs and, you know, some products for your kids. Go look for packaging supply of everything, packaging supplies. Because remember, Amazon, they're in partnership with vendors. So most of these stores, they have all their stuff on Amazon. So look for everything from mailer bags to, you know, table covers to, you know, a 6-foot table. Get all that stuff from Amazon, have Prime, and have that stuff shipped to your door within 2 days. Okay? Guys, I will see you guys later. Have a great day. If you're looking for a printer for your labels and you do not want to use a physical printer, you want to just buy something just for labels, use your Dymo, D-Y-M-O, printing label maker. It is amazing. It will save you so much time. My baby is sitting in my office. I have not used her yet, but she is there. And so Dymo is D-Y-M-O label printer. They actually have them at Staples, but you can also get them on Amazon for a better deal. They have some deals on there. And that is it. Oh, last thing. Last thing. I forgot to say this. If you have a PayPal account, very important. If you have a PayPal account. I want to talk about this because, maybe just for a minute, PayPal has something called working capital, and I'll put some people on about it, but I just want to really announce this. So if you use PayPal, I know PayPal can be a pain in the butt for customers sometimes because some customers want to scam you out your stuff, and there's really people would just be crazy. But PayPal does have something really amazing called working capital. And what it does is that if your business has generated over $20,000 in a year, you qualify for PayPal working capital. And, maybe you haven't started yet, so you don't have the money. But if you have generated over $20,000 in a year, then you qualify for PayPal working capital. What PayPal working capital is, it's a loan, but it's not based upon your credit. And you pay back the loan through your PayPal sales. This is very important to note. This is almost amazing. I've used it several times and it has been a blessing. I've been able to get thousands literally transferred into my PayPal account within seconds. And basically you pay it back off of a percentage within your PayPal account. So for instance, let's say, and it's based upon your sales, it's based upon what you've done. So it's not like, you can qualify for just a random amount. It actually reads your PayPal account and figures out what a comparable number that you can do. And what happens is you start out with a number and then you work your way up as you pay them off. So maybe you start off with 1,000 and then you're from 1,000 to 5,000, to 3,000, from 3,000 to 4,000, from 4,000 to 5,000, from 5 to 6. 6 and 9. Then you can start getting 10. I believe that they give up to 250,000 based upon, of course, if you do 250,000, means you're probably having about $1 million in revenue. But the cool thing about it is that the money is transferred into your account in seconds, literally in seconds, and you pay it back by your sales. And so, for instance, I did one where I got several thousand, and I did it where the repayment was 30% because I wanted to pay it off fast. So every single time I make a sale through PayPal, it actually takes away 30% of my sales. So like, let's say I sell something for $50. It's going to take 30% from that $50, and it's going to automatically repay it back to the capital. So, it helps them to know that you're not going to like not pay your bill. It literally automatically withdraws from the transaction. So before you can even do anything with the money, when someone pays you through PayPal, they instantly, like right after the sale, you're going to see a negative because they're going to be repaying it back to your capital. And you can always, pay your capital off, in bulk too. So let's say, you want to put down like 2,000 towards your, the loan that you did. You can put it down, you can get that number down. So again, I want to talk about it because, it's something really great that PayPal has done, but not a lot of people know about it or are using it because, you have to generate over a certain amount. But again, 20 grand, once you hit that number, you can qualify for it. And again, when you're done repaying off a loan, you can reapply for it. So I've applied for several and I've gotten them and I've paid them off very quickly. I pay mine off usually about 30 days. And so after those 30 days, I get it more and more and more. And basically what it is it's just more capital for you to use in your business. So, it's what we use for several of our, we use the capital for our influencers. So like to order their stuff, we use it for special vending opportunities. We also use it for special marketing and Facebook ads. So, having an extra, 10 grand, 5 grand, 4 grand, 6 grand on the side, to use for things, that's great. And remember, because it's to expand your business, it should be bringing you more money. So whenever we use it, it's bringing us a ton more customers and we repay the loans off like that. Because again, it's, we're using it to generate more business. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I was able to help you. Again, if you have any questions, be sure to comment with this video and be sure to join my YouTube channel, which is Genesis Dorsey, youtube.com/Genesis Dorsey. We are doing a giveaway this weekend. Okay, I'm so excited. We're doing one for men and one for women. So because I have a large male audience, literally 60% is women and 30% is men. So yeah, I love a lot more men than thought. So we're going to be doing 2 giveaways, a giveaway for a woman, a giveaway for a man. All the instructions will be posted on my YouTube channel. So I'm really excited because again, the channel is growing. And if you want to learn how to print your journals, there's a video on that on my YouTube channel. You want to learn about drop shipping, there's a video on my channel. You want to learn about, before you drop ship, there's videos. If you want to learn about like biblical teachings for entrepreneurs, there's videos. So there's a whole channel of stuff over there. So if you're not on my YouTube channel, be sure to check it out. And again, if you are on Facebook or YouTube and you know that this video will be helpful for somebody, send them the link. And if you are watching this video because someone recommended you, well, hello to you too. I'm glad that you've tuned in. And guys, be sure to stay connected. Be sure to follow me here on Facebook, and I will look to connect with you guys soon. Bye, guys. And see you YouTube.